Can I improve my physical and mental performance in sport by taking NADH? I'm talking about this today with Professor George Birkmayer, who joins us online from Vienna. So what exactly is NADH? NADH is the biological form of hydrogen. The more of it the cells in our body have, the more energy they produce, allowing them to live longer and function more efficiently. However, in order to give our body more of this natural fuel for cellular energy production, it needs to be administered in a specially stabilized form. Professor George Birkmayer has succeeded in doing this as a result of decades of research. The Austrian scientist is regarded as a leading international expert in NADH. The effect of his NADH formulation has been proven in numerous studies, and the researcher enjoys a worldwide reputation in oncology, neurology, and anti-aging medicine, with his guest professorships and lecturing activities in North America, Europe, and Asia. Hello, Professor Birkmayer. Hello, it's nice to see and hear you, Ms. Renneberg. What effect does NADH actually have on athletes? Well, NADH increases the physical but also the mental energy, as we have proven in several studies. And every metabolic process needs NADH to activate and perform it, which means the more NADH available to a cell, the more energy it can produce and the better it works. The brain, the heart, and the muscle cells in particular need a lot of energy. I conducted a study with Dr. Wank from Brno, and we tested 17 well-trained cyclists and marathon runners. These athletes took one tablet of 20 milligrams a day every morning before breakfast for 1 month. We subsequently identified the following improvements: faster response time, improved concentration ability, a significantly reduced lactate level, which is important for competitive athletes, increased physical performance and oxygen uptake, as well as significantly improved spiroergometric parameters when taking NADH. What are the reasons for the improvements? Well, the improvements may be due to the following causes: a possible previous NADH deficiency, which, as we now know, top athletes, Olympic athletes, can also have. Due to an increase in the dopamine concentration in certain areas of the brain, and the dopamine stimulates muscle growth because dopamine stimulates the biosynthesis of growth hormone. As a result, the athletes have more strength and more endurance. A stimulation of cellular anti-ATP production by NADH because it enters the cell directly. In another study involving top athletes, Dr. Bill Missner, a physio to Olympic athletes from the USA, demonstrated the following. All athletes improved their sprint performance with NADH, i.e. 5 minutes of cycling, as well as 1 mile of running, and better values were demonstrated in endurance performance in all subjects. We confirmed these results in a controlled, double-blind study at the Institute of Sports Medicine in Freiburg. After 1 month of 30 milligrams of NADH per day, all athletes showed a higher oxygen saturation of the muscle in half the time. And what is interesting is that the ATP concentration in the muscle, which we measured through biopsy, also increased by 10%, which is huge for a top athlete, for an Olympic athlete. For the athletes, these results mean that they can train longer in the aerobic phase, thanks to the regular intake of NADH, and are therefore able to achieve higher endurance performance. For example, after running a marathon, the muscle enzyme creatine kinase reaches 50 times the normal level and only returns to normal after 6 weeks. In other words, the increasing creatine kinase activity indicates damage, injury to the muscle tissue. This means that running a marathon causes a certain amount of muscle injury, And taking NADH lowers the increased CK creatine kinase activity to within the normal range again after just 2 weeks. So the recovery time after sport is also shortened, significantly shortened. An improvement in performance really is noticeable in sport the moment that NADH is taken. It's not just in sport. We can demonstrate an improvement in physical and mental performance in everyone who is conscious after 20 minutes of taking NADH using various medical technical devices. NADH is also the only food supplement for which they can prove an effect after only 20 minutes, and do so scientifically with various devices, which is what the athletes also try to do, and what we did during the study in Freiburg. The most important question to end with: is NADH a form of doping? Many athletes have already asked me that, and the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, as well as NADA, the National Anti-Doping Agency, have given a clear answer. The substance nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide hydride, abbreviated to NADH, is not on the list of banned substances. In other words, the use of NADH does not constitute a doping violation. This means that all athletes can take NADH to improve their performance without violating the doping guidelines. So in other words, a natural means of enhancing performance. Thank you very much for the conversation. I wish you all the best and stay healthy. Thanks. You too.